Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Kings 13 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, In the 23rd year of Joash, the son of Ahaziah, king of Judah, Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, began to reign over Israel in Samaria and reigned 17 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, and followed the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, which made Israel to sin. He departed not therefrom. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he delivered them into the hand of Hazael king of Syria, and into the hand of Benhadad the son of Hazael all their days. And Jehoahaz besought the Lord, and the Lord hearkened unto him, for he saw the oppression of Israel, because the king of Syria oppressed them. And the Lord gave Israel a saviour, so that they went out from under the hand of the Syrians, and the children of Israel dwelt in their tents, as beforetime. Nevertheless, they departed not from the sins of the house of Jeroboam, who made Israel sin, but walked therein, and there remained the grove also in Samaria. Neither did he leave of the people to Jehoahaz but 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen, for the king of Syria had destroyed them, and had made them like the dust by threshing. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoahaz, and all that he did, and his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And Jehoahaz slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Joash his son reigned in his stead. In the 37th year of Joash king of Judah begat Jehoash the son of Jehoahaz to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 16 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but he walked therein. And the rest of the acts of Joash, and all that he did, and his might wherein he fought against Amaziah king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And Joash slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam sat upon his throne. And Joash was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. Now Elisha was fallen sick of his sickness, whereof he died. And Joash the king of Israel came down unto him, and wept over his face, and said, O my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And Elisha said unto him, Take bow and arrows. And he took unto him bow and arrows. And he said to the king of Israel, Put thine hand upon the bow. And he put his hand upon it, and Elisha put his hands upon the king's hands. And he said, Open the window eastward. And he opened it. Then Elisha said, Shoot. And he shot. And he said, The arrow of the Lord's deliverance, and the arrow of deliverance from Syria, for thou shalt smite the Syrians in Aphek till thou have consumed them. And he said, Take the arrows. And he took them. And he said unto the king of Israel, Smite upon the ground. And he smote thrice, and stayed. And the man of God was wroth with him, and said, Thou shouldest have smitten 5 or 6 times. Then hast thou smitten Syria, till thou hadst consumed it. Whereas now thou shalt smite Syria but thrice. And Elisha died, and they buried him. And the bands of the Moabites invaded the land at the coming in of the year. And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that behold, they spied a band of men, And they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet. But Hazael, king of Syria, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. And the Lord was gracious unto them, and had compassion on them, and had respect unto them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he them from his presence as yet. So Hazael, king of Syria, died, and Benhadad his son reigned in his stead. And Joash, the son of Joahaz, took again out of the hand of Benhadad the son of Hazael the cities which he had taken out of the hand of Joahaz his father by war. 3 times did Joash beat him, and recovered the cities of Israel. Alright guys, so in this chapter we see a few things happening. 1, a prophecy. Well, not so much a prophecy in a sense, but basically a pre-event, because Elisha had told Joash to actually smite the arrows on the ground, and he smote the arrows, but he only smote them 3 times. And Elisha knew what he was doing, but he couldn't actually have given him instructions as how to do it, because you have to operate as the Spirit tells you. And so he obviously did not tell him why he wanted him to smite the arrows. So he smote the arrows, but he only smote them 3 times. And so this signified the fact that he would actually conquer or beat the Syrians 3 times. So the fact that he only did it 3 times mean that he'd only beat the Syrians 3 times. If he'd done it 5 times or 6 times, as Elisha said, then they would have completely consumed and destroyed Syria. But here you have it, where he did not. Also, a very important thing is that God's grace still shines through within this, and it was highlighted in this chapter, because even though they turned aside from the Lord and did not serve the Lord as he had intended for them to, he still had grace. He still was gracious to them, and he did not allow people or Syria to destroy them completely and to remove them from the face of the Lord. And he had not given up on them either. As we see here, it says that he did not cast them from his presence as yet. So we see where he was being compassionate to them, not because they deserved it, not because they were following him, but only because of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the covenant that he had made with them. And let me tell you guys, that just goes to show that some of the times we receive favor that is not for us. Favor that came from our forefathers, we're still receiving some of that favor right now, and we don't even know that we're living. The only reason why we're living and why we're able to accomplish all that we're accomplishing is because of the favor that was granted to us through God, through a promise that he had made to our forefathers, and through the fact that our forefathers had served him and had given their lives completely and totally to him. And let me tell you, I should think that's something that's basically an inheritance that you want to leave for your kids, for your children, and for your grandchildren. and for your future generations to come. And if there wasn't a reason for you to actually want to worship God before, this is a reason, because you know that your family will have grace, some of the grace that you've not some of the favor that you have not been able to experience yourself, that will pass, that will be transferred to your family members, to your generations to come, and you want that for them, because we're living in cruel times. When I look at all that's happening around us within this world today, the hearts of men is very vile. The Bible spoke about it happening and coming to pass, but here we are drawing closer and closer to those times each and every day. When I see a brother killing another brother for basically $100, that makes no sense. A aunt killing a niece because she's jealous of her niece, that makes no sense. And so, I mean, the hearts, that is proof that the hearts of men is becoming more and more vile each and every day. And so we want to accumulate all the favor we can for our future generations to come, for our children and their children. We want to accumulate all of that and have that stored up for them, so that they'll be able to receive that favor for the times ahead, because they'll definitely need it. Alright guys, so those are my few words from this chapter. Okay, so guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted to whenever a new audio video is posted. And guys, please remember to leave your thoughts, comments, and revelations down below in the comment section. Okay, it's to help us grow together. You never know what, if just one word that you type will actually help somebody else. And even if you don't type a word or something, share a word with someone. If you read this chapter and you listen to this chapter and you got a revelation from it, share it with someone. You never know what it might do. You never know the outcome and the impact it might have on that person. Okay? So guys, continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet seeked it, if you've not yet gained it, sorry, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day, and just spread a little love today. Spread a little love, okay? See you next time in the next audio video. Bye.